What's going on, you guys, people of YouTube? Slept over victim here again, and today I'm just bringing you another opinion piece, giving my honest opinions on what you're seeing on the screen here, and that is Paragon. It's just the last little bit of 15 minutes, I believe, of gameplay I had with old Greystone here, which we'll get into that later. I actually went beast this game. I think I ended 32-5, which is, if anyone plays this game out there, anyone watching this, that's going ham. I'd like to start off by saying I'm on console, the PS4 version. I wouldn't mind playing this on PC if I had a PC that could actually run it. But anyways, let's get into this video. I'm just going to kind of give my opinions, kind of like I did on my Dark Souls 3 video on this game's PvP. Well, which it really only has PvP. There's no campaign or storyline, anything like that. It's a MOBA, a genre that I'm relatively new to. I never really played too many. I mean, I've played a little bit of League, Dota, stuff like that. But I thought this one was pretty unique because it was like third person. I know it's similar to Smite, but I never really got into that. Just for clarification purposes, this is a gameplay that was before the recent patch that just came out, and I think that's probably a good place to start with the patch. I've played this game quite extensively before the patch, and now that it's been a couple days, I've played a little while, enough to get my feet wet and get some honest, substantiated opinions about the new patch and update. And I'll say this about it. I don't know if I'm too fond of it, honestly. I feel like they made either the towers too weak. I know they increased their ADS, not ADS, sorry, old COD habits. I know they increased their speed of which they fire, the towers, and reduce the damage. But I guess it kind of balances out with the rate of fire increase. I don't really know, but I feel like they buffed the minions or something too, because a lot more often than not now the minions seem like they push the towers without any hero support, and inevitably take it a lot of the times, more so than they did back when the game was like this. I know they did a few like interface changes for different characters, and they did something with the orbs, because the orbs don't look like this anymore. You don't get those big fat ones. The amber I'm speaking of, but the main thing in the update, and it was the main thing, is Orb Prime. You don't have to dunk it anymore. You just instantly kill them, and you have no chance of returning it on defense and getting your inhibitors back, or on offense if you'd like. You just get it and you get the buff, and I don't like that. I honestly think that takes a lot of strategy out of the game. I know a lot of other people were complaining about. That's another thing that made this game kind of unique and stand out among the other MOBAs. And I guess I have to agree with them. Like I said, I thought that was a really cool aspect. It kind of drew the games out longer, and I like that. I don't mind having so much hour-long games in this, because at the end of the day, you get more reputation, more experience for the longer you're in the game, and that's something else I never really understood about this game, is why you don't get seemingly any extra XP or reputation from winning. You think that's what would matter and why you get more, but I guess then you would just get a bunch of fucking tryhards and trying to just do some cheese, to end the game quickly. But you already get a bunch of tryhards in this game, it seems, because it seems the skill-based matchmaking is pretty deep. I rarely play against players that don't know what they're doing. I'm relatively good at games, so I picked this one up pretty quick. I'd say after about 10 or so games, I figured out how to properly play a MOBA, and play pretty conservatively, not fucking just go into unnecessary battles and get ganked. I think that the skill-based, it's good, but like I said in all games, it really needs to be just a ranked playlist. If they want to do skill-based, I think matchmaking should be based on connectivity only. That's the way to go for me in every game. I know the game developers these days can't seem to grasp this concept through their head of people don't like playing other sweats. That's just the truth of casual gaming, of pub gaming. You know, people don't want to play and try their hardest every game. It almost turns something that is a video game and meant to be for relaxation. You know, after you come home from work or from school or from whatever you do, you come back, you kick back, you turn on the PlayStation, your Xbox One, whatever be the case, that your PC, and you have fun. You know what I mean? You don't want to have to try and be forced into this MLG agenda like all the game developers seemingly force you to do nowadays. Anyways, besides that point, back on to just this game in general. I think it's a good game. You know, I'm going to say that. It has problems, yeah. Every game has its problems. But when you play a game, especially as much as I put into a game before I really give an opinion about it, the weaknesses of the game are clear and transparent. In this game, mostly, that's with not just the core mechanics or anything of the fundamentals. It's mainly with the characters, as you would expect. Most of the problems are with the characters, and some characters being way more powerful than the other ones, and some of their abilities being, you know, overpowered, or needing nerfs, or needing balance changes, or whatever might be the case. But anyways, that's what I kind of wanted to get into right now with the characters, and I'll just go down the list of the characters and kind of just give you my opinions on them, and what I think is good about them, or what I think is negative about him and needs to be changed. And I think a lot of these are mostly going to be not too bad, not too negative. Like I said, overall I think the game is pretty balanced for the most part, excluding a few characters. But anyways, let's get right into this. Excuse me. The first character would be Decker. There's not much to say about her when it comes to you know, the PvP playlist. I've only ran into her maybe a handful of times, and I have over 4 days played in this game already. She's a good character, good support. I mean, her base damage is a little weak, basic attack damage, but that's okay, because you know, she is meant to be a support character. Her ult is meant to kind of help her teammates out, get away, trap other enemies. Moving on, Feng Mao, balanced character. I mean, he's really strong, probably my favorite, not my favorite, my favorite melee character is Grux, but Feng Mao, he's good. You know, I don't think he has anything overpowered about him. You can make him real strong. His blink ability, his hamstring, everything is about him pretty balanced. Next character, Gadget. She's pretty annoying. Another character that I don't know if she's overpowered. I think the main thing, my issue with her, is she needs to have a cooldown, and her cooldown increased on her little robot that hovers over your head. I think it has too far of a range, and I think its cooldown is too short. That's about the only thing I could say about her. Maybe make her ultimate have a little bit less range, because sometimes it is quite much, but I don't know. Like I said, the only really problem I have with her is her little head attaching robot. But moving on to the next person would be Gideon. Again, another balanced character. I don't see many issues with him. Again, I think maybe his basic attack is pretty weak, but he is a caster, so you know, his main damage is coming through his abilities. The next character is Grim. Again, for the most part, another pretty balanced character. End game, he hits like a tank, his basic attacks. The only issue I have with him is his ultimate, the GTFO. I think the range is entirely too much for the damage it does. He doesn't even have to be looking at you. There's been an instance where I was Rampage, and I flanked a Grim on a lane and was shooting him in the back. He turned around, used a GTO. I walked around him before it fired and was behind him. He fires, and I'm behind him, and the GTFO still kills me, and I'm dead. That needs some rebalancing. If he's not looking at you, he shouldn't be able to shoot it. You should be able to avoid it. Grux is the next character, which is my favorite melee character. I think he's perfect. That's why I don't think he's too strong. I think that they hit the nail on the head when it comes to balancing a character. I just think he's cool. He's unique. I like using him. Next character is Howitzer. Howitzer, yeah, what much can you say? You know, he's a laner. He can be strong. But if anything, I think in my opinion, I would give him a little buff if I was Epic Games, and I would make his ultimate more useful because it's just easy to avoid. Not too many people get caught up in it. I don't know if like they could increase their range or just the rate of which the missile comes down. I think that's what I would go with, and what a reasonable person and a logical person would do for a buff when it comes to Howitzer. Just increase the speed, the rate of which the missiles comes down after he ults. Next character would be Iggy and Scorch. What can I say? Iggy and Scorch. This character, I hate. I absolutely fucking hate. First of all, the turrets are fucking annoying. She can put down seemingly unlimited of them and just back to back to back to back. It seems like she has just a base defense that is just overwhelming. You can build her so tanky, and she's annoying. And the main issue with her is her ult does too much damage. I've played against Iggy and Scorch that had literally all defense specs, and they hit me with their ult, and it still takes 75% of my health, plus gives me a knockback. Too powerful. Give it a nerf. Give it a damage nerf. That's all I got to say. That character is overpowered. Kalari, annoying as fuck. But I don't think she's overpowered. Maybe give her ult a cooldown. I'm really good with the Kalari. This is one of my favorite characters to use. I go ham with her every time I use her. Just one of those characters that's not going to die a lot. I hardly ever die when I play Kalari unless you're playing against the whole team of sweats using wards. But overall, I like Kalari. Murdoch, another balanced character. I don't know how a lot of people feel about how he can snipe you through anything, but for the most part, pretty balanced. Muriel, overpowered. Just because of her ultimate. Her ultimate needs like a 5-minute cooldown. I'm not kidding. I'm sick of about killing someone, and every time the opponent is using a Muriel, they jump on her, save her life. Even if they don't kill me from being a 2-on-1 or whatever, it at least gives them enough time to get away, because when she ults in, it knocks you up in the air and stuns you. You're stuck in the air for a little while. So, in my opinion, Muriel, nerf. Rampage, balanced character. Sevarog, balanced. Sparrow, needs a buff. She's weak. Just way too weak. In game, she hits like a tank, but she's just too weak early game, man. In game, she hits hard, but she's too weak early game. Steel, pretty balanced. I use them a lot. I use them how he's supposed to be used, as a tank. Twin Blast, he's pretty balanced as well. Who else is there? Greystone, the character that I'm using now. He's overpowered. I mean, that's all there is to it because of his ult. He needs to have the same thing that Muriel has, like a 5-minute cooldown on his ult, because it's so annoying. You essentially have to kill him twice. I don't think it's particularly skillful for people to use Greystone, and this is why I beast with every character, but I was just dominating with this character. Khaimera, another overpowered character. Just, what can I say? He's the meta of this game. Richter, he's balanced. And I think that's it. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm running short on time, or I would continue to talk, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, peace out and have a good day.